What's up, body bags? This is Austin here. Welcome back to another review. I'm your Wednesday host, as always, and yeah, this is our special theme week for the month, which is Possession Week. And today I decided to review one that is more modern, more mainstream, but I think is really interesting to talk about. And yeah, that is from 2013, and that is Evil Dead. Now, I know a lot of people consider this to be a remake to the original film. I consider it more as a reboot myself. It doesn't really matter to me, honestly, but that's just how I see it. I don't think there really isn't much of a right or wrong answer to this, but yeah, it's just how I see it. But yeah, a lot of similarities to the original film, which I'll get into. Also, a lot of differences. Yeah, so the plot of this film is kind of like the original one, where you have this group of friends going to this cabin in the woods to stay there for a few days or a week, whatever. This film, they change it up a little bit, where they have it follows our main character, Mia. I guess she's our main character. She is trying to quit her drug addiction, and she is and her friends take her to this cabin so they can be with her while she is going through withdrawal. And her brother also comes into this, comes to stay with them, and yeah, they kind of have a weird relationship going on where he hasn't really been in her life a whole lot, and she kind of feels like he abandoned them. She explains they had, a lot of stuff happen where he wasn't there, so yeah, he wants to go there and be there for her while she goes through this. So yeah, and yeah, the same kind of deal happens as the original film. They, read this. Some dude reads this passage from the Book of the Dead, or Necronomicon, whatever, and yeah, awakens this ancient evil demon, and it ends up possessing Mia, and yeah, all hell breaks loose. So yeah, the first thing I have to say about this film is the cinematography in this film. It does use a lot of the same techniques as the original film, like when the demons chasing them through the woods, and you kind of get that first person's perspective of the demon, chasing them, which is really effective in the original film, and just as effective in this film. Also, some really cool other cool tricks that they use in this film that aren't in the original one that are really effective as well. So yeah, cinematography in this film is fantastic. Another thing that made the original one famous is the gore. The original one, having so much gore in this, and I think this film, kind of, almost matches it. There's some really gory scenes, although in the original film, it's more over the top and not really silly, but just more over the top, just kind of unrealistic. In this film, it really tries to stay grounded a little bit. It is a little bit excessive, especially towards the end. But for the most part, it's just really, it looks real, and it's really kind of hard to look at some parts, honestly. There's one part where this chick cuts her arm off, and it's dangling there off her arm, and it's really sick to look at. So yeah, really well done. One thing that kind of doesn't stand out about this film is the makeup effects for the Deadites, or that's what you call them. But yeah, they kind of look kind of generic. They still look freaky, but compared to what they do in the original film, where they kind of look distinguished and each one stands out, they all just kind of look the same in this one. Not too big of a downfall for this film, just a little kind of nitpick there. I wish there would have been something more to stand out about this film. But yeah, there's some really effective, creepy scenes in this film. Really great atmosphere in this film. Really dark mood. Yeah, everything about this movie is fantastic. Other than a few little things I want to talk about. Yeah, so I kind of mentioned earlier about how it's weird that Mia is the main character in this film. She the whole everything centers around her. Even at the end, it's still all about her. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen this movie. Just a small spoiler here, but she is the only one that survives, so it's still all about her. But we don't get like any character development with her throughout this entire film because she's possessed. She doesn't really do anything this entire movie. She's the one who's trapped beneath like the trap door, and she's trying to get out the entire movie. So yeah, it's just kind of weird to have her for a weird choice to have her be the one that's possessed and not the brother. I think it'd be a much more compelling story to have Mia be the one fighting them off, and also while dealing with withdrawal symptoms. Like that would be like some serious shit there. So I think that would have been a lot better and made a lot more sense to have her like overcome these demons and stuff like that while fighting actual demons off, rather than having her being the one possessed. Because like her brother is the one who's ends up fighting everybody off, and it's like he doesn't have any character development. Like this doesn't like change him in any way, which is weird because he kills his girlfriend. And he doesn't really seem to give a fuck, which is weird. And as we're to the original one, where Ash, when he's like killing everybody, like towards the end of the movie, like it seems like he's going a bit insane from having to kill his family and friends. It doesn't really seem to bother this dude, really that much. And he just it doesn't really make much sense. At the end of the day, like I guess you could say like she her being possessed is kind of resemblance of her going through withdrawal, and that's probably what they were doing. I just think it would made it would make much more sense for it to be the other way around, where she's fighting off the demons instead of becoming one herself. So that's one thing that is kind of similar about the original one. The original one obviously doesn't have that much character development other than Ash, really. You kind of get the relationship between Ash and his girlfriend. Other than that, the other character, Scott, is kind of memorable because he's kind of a douchebag. There really aren't too many memorable characters in this film either. Like I said, you could have had a memorable character on Mia, but she just, she's just possessed the entire film. She doesn't really do anything. And the main, I guess, her brother is just kind of uninteresting. He doesn't really have any special characteristics about him. None of you don't really get much of a bond between him and his girlfriend, and it's just really kind of weird, kind of the same thing as the original one. They definitely could have improved on, objectively. But all in all, though, I still find this movie to be really, really good. There is a part at the end that I kind of just noticed this time. I'm kind of just like, that's kind of ridiculous. Because kind of like the rest of the film's supposed to be kind of like almost like not like more grounded than the original three. And something happens towards the end where it's like it's not realistic whatsoever, but it's not that big of a deal. I still really enjoy this movie for what it is. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I think there's stuff in this movie that could have been choices that could have been made to make this movie better than what it is. So my final grade for this movie probably still gonna be a 9 out of 10. I'm probably gonna stick with that rating. It's the rating I've always given it. Still just really, really great badass moments in this film. Really creepy, really atmospheric. Just great shit. Looks fantastic. Just a couple problems with the characters and the story. Other than that, I absolutely love this movie, and I kind of don't understand why people don't like this movie. It's kind of weird. I hear people all the time say this movie is like garbage, and I just don't understand that. But especially if you're fans of the original Evil Dead. But highly recommend you check it out if you haven't seen it. That's going to do it for my review. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the rest of the awesome reviews for the week, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.